everyone, welcome back to the channel. And I know it's been a very long time since I've come on and made a video, especially a book haul. I think if you guys follow me on Instagram, you would know that I had a lot of packages show up in the past 2 weeks of November, and I was putting off of making a book haul video because I was busy with my personal life and I was busy with like work and things like that. So I didn't have time after work to edit a whole video and like to also like film a video, obviously. So I'm here with my long-awaited book haul. I have counted the packages that I've received from both publishers and from myself, and I have a total of 16 packages to show you. Each package includes at least one book, or else it wouldn't be a package at all, but it's like around 1 to 4 books. So it's a shit ton of books, and this is going to be a long one. And the first package that I received is actually from Forever Romance. Now, the thing about me and Forever Romance is that we are doing a little secret little thing happening, but it's not going to be not so secret anymore once I post it on Instagram. But if you guys don't know yet, I do have a Bookstagram, and you guys should definitely follow me down there. I'm most active there. I post stories every single day, and I talk about my day-to-day life things, and I also talk about my reading updates. So if you guys are ever curious, check it out down below. But me and Forever Romance are partnering up to give away some Christmas novels from their lines. So what happened is that they gave me 4 of their Christmas books that are coming out this year, and I didn't have the remaining 2. So Forever Romance Excel was nice enough to send me the 2 copies that I didn't have, and this is Sarah Richardson's A Cowboy for Christmas. So you can already tell that it's going to be a Western romance. Now, I actually read Sarah Richardson way back when she first started writing for Forever Romance, and I actually loved her books. I thought she was a really great writer, and her stories were cute. And like the second book that I got is from Caroline Brown, and it's Christmas with a Cowboy. As you can tell, it's another Western cowboy Christmas novel. So it falls into the theme of Christmas theme. So hello everybody who is ready to celebrate Christmas. And since it's almost December, I say everybody's ready to celebrate Christmas. I actually never read a book by Caroline Brown before, but I am intrigued by it because I know that she did put out a lot of Western romances with Forever Romance. So I want to see what the hype is about for her. Never did like an official announcement yet, but me and Forever are going to give away a bunch of their Christmas novels. So once the post is live, definitely go check out my Instagram page. So the second package that I got is from Raincoast Books. So Raincoast Books recently had like a teen preview, and I wasn't I was invited to go, but I just chose not to go because it was too far away and it was just out of my way. So I decided to just watch the live webcast at home, which is totally valid. They sent me like a great package that I hauled in one of my previous book haul videos, and they also had like a brochure of the books that were coming out in the next couple months or in the next year that we could request from. So I got some of my favorite or most anticipated reads for 2020 already in here. So the first book that I got is How to Speak Boy, and this is from the Swoon Reads line. Now, if you guys don't know what Swoon Reads is, it's like this YA line where you write the books yourself. So it's like kind of self-published. You upload it to their website, and then people read your books, and then they vote for it to see if they get published or not. So this book is by Tiana Smith. Now, I read a Tiana Smith book before. It's called Match Me If You Can by Tiana Smith, and it actually looks like that, and I actually really liked it. I thought the book was really cute, and it was like a nice, good, wholesome YA romance. So that's why I was excited to read her second book, How to Speak Boy. So this book is about 2 debate rivals, and they absolutely can't get along. They hate each other, and they're always like debating against each other because that's the object of the game. And what happens is that they actually are hiding a secret from each other, or they're hiding a secret from their friends and their lives and their family. And they have been exchanging like letters through pen names, and they don't know it, but we know it, that they've actually been exchanging letters to each other without them knowing, if that makes any sense. So they have been falling in love with each other, even though they hate each other in outside of the writing letter situation. So the next book that I received is Anna K, A Love Story by Jenny Lee. Now, I was just intrigued by this book because it has an Asian girl on the cover, and your girl is Asian, and I want representation in my YA novels. And it's also by an Asian author as well. So I really do want to read this novel. Now, Now, this novel comes out in March 2020, and I'm actually not too sure what this book is about. There's actually a quote from the back, and it says, it's a little bit like Crazy Rich Asians and a little bit like Gossip Girl. So that sounds really intriguing, since I really loved Crazy Rich Asians, the movie, because I didn't have the chance to read the book yet. I'm sorry, don't hate me. But if it's going to be as dramatic as that with a lot of cultural references, I'm definitely intrigued by this book. So the next package that I received is from Harlequin, and a funny story happened with me and Harlequin is that we connected with each other on Instagram, and usually like Harlequin is really nice and they like, you know, they react to your stories if you tag them in it. But we actually connected and we talked because they saw me haul like this giant box of Harlequin books, and I will show you when that time comes in this haul. And they were like, oh my god, like you bought like a lot of our books. I'm like, yeah, I know I do, because like that's what I do. Like that's literally what I do. I live for your sales and I buy the whole lines. So they're actually based in Toronto, so their headquarters is in Toronto. But anyways, regardless, they asked me to come to their office, and I was so excited to go because I wanted to meet the Harlequin team. We're in the works of meeting each other. I haven't been to the office yet because I guess we're both really busy. Like I'm extremely busy in December, and they're probably really busy pushing out their books for Christmas time, and also everybody's on holiday, so it kind of makes sense that we're pushing off our times. But believe me, you guys will know when I go to the office. So the package I received is actually from the Harlequin publicity team. If you guys are new to my channel, I work with a lot of publishers on Instagram to promote their books, and I signed up for their new mailing program for a couple of their books. So the first book that I received is from the Harlequin Intrigue line by Dolores Fawcett. It's called Safety Breach. Now, if you guys are not sure what Harlequin Intrigue line is about, it's like a suspense novel series. If you are a fan of suspenseful novels, then these books are for you. They're short romantic suspense novels that you can literally crunch out in half a day, and you can finish it and devour it. I read a couple and I really enjoyed them. So the second book that I received is Harlequin Desire by Brendan Jackson, and this is called Duty or Desire, and it's the Westernmoreland Legacy series. So as you can tell right here, this is going to be a very sensual novel. That's what it means by Harlequin Desires. It's going to be a little bit hot, a little bit steamy, and you can already tell from the cover that he means business in both ways. That was dirty. The next book that I received in the package is from their heartwarming, inspirational, love-inspired novels. And to be honest, I'm not really familiar with this line of novels because I don't buy it, but I have a feeling that if it's called love inspired, I don't think that they're going to play a heavy emphasis on like the sexual part of the relationship and more about like the romance part and the loving part and like the drama part. And this book is called The Secret Christmas Child by Lee Tobin McLean. So the next novel that I got was from the Harlequin Desire novel again. So this is like a different design. So usually they follow the same like serial like design of the covers, but this is called Red Carpet Redemption by Yara St. John. So I'm sorry if I said your name wrong, because like I actually can't read names and I actually can't read at all. So this book looks like it's going to be a very glamorous and very fun romance, and you know what, I'm down for it. And it says red carpet, so I assume that they're actually celebrities. Yep, there are celebrities. It's like a famous actor and the person who is going to be his savior in this PR disaster. So we're gonna see if I enjoy this one. So the last book that I received is from their special edition line, and it's called A Tale of Two Christmas Letters by Kathy Gillan Thacker. And now this is a Christmas novel, and I love Christmas novels. I really like special edition novels because they're wholesome, they're fun, they're dramatic, and they're entertaining. So the next thing that I have to show you is actually a purchase that I did myself because I really wanted this book, and it was actually the staff pick of the month for November, and I was so excited because this book is hella expensive, like full price, but because it's a staff pick, it was like discounted for only $15. So I picked up the flat share, and by Beth O'Leary, and a lot of people on YouTube, on Romance Booktube and also on Booktube, has read this book and they loved it. I know Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads loved it, and I also know my friend Jessica from Peace Love Books XO read it and she enjoyed it. She said that it took a bit of time to get into the writing style because it's told from two different perspectives, I think, and one of the perspectives was a little bit like drier and like a little bit harder to get into. to, but you know what? Like, I am up for the challenge. I heard so many amazing things about this book. And if you don't know what this book is about, it's about two people who are sharing this apartment, but they never actually meet. I think the girl has like the morning schedule where she goes to work in the morning and then he goes to sleep in the morning. So he sleeps in the bed in the morning, and then she comes back home and he's back at work and she sleeps in the bed at night. So they never really meet each other, but somehow they develop like a relationship together. So I'm excited to see how this goes and to see if I actually like it as much as other people. So the next package that I received is actually a package that I bought myself from Amazon. Why are we surprised? The only reason why we should be surprised is that I told myself, like, literally in the last book haul, that I'm not going to buy any books and I'm going to hold myself back on buying books because I really do want to get my financial status in check and I really do want to save money and, like, you know, invest in the future and things like that. But clearly I am not following my rules properly. But you know what? I'm not going to beat myself too much about it because the books that I bought were actually very, like, important to me, or at least it wasn't important to me, but it was like very special to me because these books were actually written by a person that I follow on Instagram. I know. Okay, so she's like an indie author, and I don't really know the terms, but I'm pretty sure she's an indie author, and she wrote these books and she published these books herself, and her books on Amazon are fairly cheap for an indie author publisher. So they're only $13. So if you're ever interested in checking these books, they're not that expensive. And plus she actually has her books on Kindle Unlimited. And that's where I first read them because I always want to try authors, but I don't want to spend a lot of money on them. No offense to my friend Erin Riley. But so I read them. I loved them. And I was like, you know what? Let me connect with you. And I started chatting with her on Instagram, and she turned out to be like the super nicest person ever. And we were like gushing over her writing, and we're gushing over the stories that she created. And we're gushing about her like next novels that she's going to write, and also her last novel in this trilogy. So I bought them even though I read them already because I wanted to own the physical copy, and they're just so gorgeous. So the first book is Hating to Love by Erin Riley, and this is actually a cop romance. And I love police officers. I never met one before, and they never pulled me over because I never drove before ever in my life. But if they were to pull me over, I hope it would be my husband so we could date. But like, that's just like my weird like fantasies. But anyway, so this is like a hot cop romance, and I loved it. It was great. Like, I felt like the writing was spectacular, and she really developed a great plot and a good conflict and a good resolution. And then it follows like a series of like friends, I believe, if I remember correctly. I read it like earlier this year, so I kind of forgot about it. So that's why I bought it, so I could do a reread. But it follows like a friend group and then them falling in love, like 3 guys, I think, that fall in love. So we meet our second cop, Carlos, and then we also meet Kelsey, and then they fall in love in this one too. And he's a cop too himself. And like, love it. So the next package that I received is another package that I bought myself. Yeah, we're going with that now. But basically I went on Book Depository and I was like, I'm gonna treat myself because I deserve it. I'm working way too hard. Okay, so anyways, I bought The Accidental Beauty Queen by Terry Wilson. Now, I actually haven't heard like that many things about this book. I'm not sure if it's actually a good book. And to be honest, when I was reading the synopsis of this book, I was kind of rolling my eyes. But this book was only $8 on Book Depository, and it's so anyways, so this book is about a school librarian and her twin sister who is in the pageant, and then somehow like they like switch identities, and like she goes into the pageant for her twin sister, and then she falls in love with the guy, and then like she has to keep up with this whole charade kind of nonsense. And no offense, but like I don't really like that like storyline and that plot. I just think it's going to be like very highly implausible that like you can manage to trick people for that long. And then plus like tricking someone at the beginning of your relationship is not ideal. Like, it kind of ruins the romance for me. So that's why I was like initially very turned off by the romance. But you know what? I'm gonna give this book a try. So the next book that I received from myself, because I bought it myself again, is from Amazon, and I bought 25 Days Till Christmas by Poppy Alexander. Now, a lot of people in the United States receive these really amazing Christmas packages from Avon Books, and I was like extremely jealous because I was like, oh my god, I want Christmas novels, and I want those Christmas novels that they got. So I looked up the titles, as we all do, and I found 25 Days Till Christmas, and it was on sale for like $13. And I was like, you know what? That's not that bad. I want to read a good Christmas novel, so let's just go for it. Also, the cover of my book is like a little bit bent, and like Jessica from Peace Love Books XO would totally be so mad if she got this cover. So the next package that I received is the package that finishes up the trilogy by Erin Riley, and this one is called Wanting to Love You. Now, I received an arc of this novel, and as a horrible friend, I completely forgot that I got the arc for this novel, and the release date was back in September, and I didn't do a great job at promoting the titles. I know that this is going to be great, and I'm going to savor it in this month of December because I love it. But anyways, the cover is gorgeous. As you can tell, we got a man with like a nice beard, and we got an emotionally distressed woman. So the next package that I received is from Thomas Allen and Sons, and I'm actually part of their blog tour for this very highly anticipated read. My friend Lacey and Jessica, I always mention Jessica, but my friend Lacey and Jessica actually received this novel already, and I think they read it already, and I'm not sure if they enjoyed it because I never watched their videos because I was really busy in November, so I'm sorry if I didn't read it. But basically, I got Regretting You by Colleen Hoover. Now, somebody actually went to my DMs and told me that they gave up on Colleen Hoover and that they don't read her books anymore. And I can see why, because sometimes Colleen writes very dramatic novels that sometimes don't make sense. But then I think she does a great way at explaining herself so that it makes sense. Sometimes it's not really done, executed well, because she puts it herself in a position where it's really hard to write yourself out of the story and to like make the characters actually okay with the things that they've done in the past in their lives for us to believe that romance can continue and romance can go. So the next package that I received is from Amazon again. I cracked and I bought a lot of books. Like, this is something that you should just know about me. Book buying bans are a joke. I just tell myself that I'm going on a book buying ban, but in reality, I am not, and I'm lying to the camera. So the book that I picked up is Finding Felicity by Stacey Kate. Now, Stacey Kate actually wrote a series, a YA novel series that I absolutely loved when I was a child back in high school. So the series that I was talking about is the Ghost and the Goth series. Now, she wrote these books, and she has like 4 of these books. Like, she has 4 in this series, but I only own 2 because I was like telling myself stop buying so many books. But now I kind of regret it because I really want to own them, and they're out of print, so you have to buy like used copies. But anyways, I love this series. It's about a cheerleader. Like, she's like supreme popular and everything, and she's not necessarily like a really great person, but she got hit by a bus and she died, and now she has to like live in this like world where it's not heaven, where it's not hell. Basically, she's living on earth as a ghost, and the only person that can see her is the goth, like the loser in the high school, like, or the loser in the high school, the one that nobody wants to talk to because he's kind of weird. He wears black clothing a lot. He keeps his head down. He's very quiet. You never know like what he's thinking and everything. But the really like the reality of it, like why he's doing that, is because he can actually see ghosts, and he sees a lot of them, and he doesn't want to interact with them. So that's why he's being very shy and quiet. So they bump into each other, and then she realizes that he can see her, and she freaks out, and then they go on this journey together to see what they can do to like defeat like villains and defeat like nasty ghosts. So I really love this novel, and I knew Stacey Kate could write a good book. So that's why when I saw Finding Felicity on Amazon for like $4, I was like, I'm definitely gonna give this one a try. So this one is not supernatural. It's just a YA novel about a girl who is entering into college. She doesn't have a lot of friends. She actually has no friends, but she lied to her mom because she wanted to live on campus. So she lied to her mom saying that she does have a lot of friends and she is going to be fully capable to handle herself in university, but her mom finds out that she has been lying this entire time, and now she has to prove to her mom that she can take care of herself in college and also build relationships and not to be afraid to interact with people. So I feel like this is going to be a very touching novel, and I can't wait to get into it. So the next book that I picked up is What Fresh Hell by Lucy Wine. So this book is about a girl who is basically the maid of honor, or like one of the bridesmaids in her friend's wedding, and now she is like trapped trapped in this like bridezilla wedding world where she has to deal with all these problems just so her best friend can have a great wedding. And I think it's going to be super funny. Like, a lot of people have rated it as totally relatable and hilarious, one of the best books I've read, and she has received a lot of good reviews on Amazon for her writing. So I'm excited to read a really good romantic comedy. If you guys don't know this, like, Sophie Kinsella is my favorite romantic comedy author, and she so far is like one of the only authors that can make me laugh like every chapter. So I'm excited to see if I can find more people like her with that same sense of style and that same sense of like comedic writing. So the next package that I received is actually from Booksparks. Now, if anybody doesn't know what Booksparks is, it's like this like Bookstagram publicity company, and basically you sign up for books, you're admitted to join the company or admitted to join the club, and they assess your like social media profiles. They ask me like a lot of my social media metrics, and they ask me like how often do I post, like what other platforms I'm on, and then they accept you into their community. You're invited to like the private Facebook group, and you are on their newsletters, and they'll send you like forms to fill out if you want to sign up for Bookstagram opportunities. And I was lucky enough to participate in this Bookstagram opportunity like on my first try, because I thought that like it was going to be very exclusive and that they're not just going to hand out to everyone. But I'm excited to show you that I'm a part of this Bookstagram opportunity called After She Said Yes by Kaya Gravitier. So this book is actually about a woman who was stuck in an abusive marriage and about her regrowing herself and becoming a stronger woman. So I'm extremely interested to see how like deep and dark and also like heart-wrenching this book can be. So the next package that I received is from Simon Schuster Canada. Now this is a very exciting package, and I actually opened this up as soon as I got it because I was just too excited for myself. But I got 3 books. I requested 2 and I got 3, and I'm not going to be mad about it because the book that I got inside, like the extra book I got, looks super cute. So the extra book that I got is called What I Like About You by Marissa Cantor, and this book is about a book blogger, I believe. She is a girl who does book reviews. Hi. And she does YA book reviews, and she's like apparently like this really great book blogger. She's really super, everybody looks towards her for like books recommendations, and she does like epic custom cupcakes with covers and reviews. So I guess like she decorates the cupcake in like the cover form of the book, like if that makes sense. Like the cupcake looks like the cover, just like how people do nail art and they do nail cover art of the books. If you guys didn't know that was a thing, that's a thing. People do their nails that look like exactly like the cover. It's impressive as F, and I love it. And then there's the guy who is a very talented graphic novelist, and I guess they fall in love. So the next book that I received now is a book that I really wanted to get. This book comes out in February 2020, and it's called Of Curses and Kisses by Sandhya Menon, and she is the author of When Dimple Met Rishi, There's Something About Sweetie, and she wrote another book, but I actually forgot and I don't see it in my stack. So the next book that I received is a much anticipated read. It's called The Honey Don't List by Christina Lauren. So now Christina Lauren writes a lot of romantic comedy, like romance novels, and she also writes like, well, they also write women's fiction novels. And she wrote Twice in a Blue Moon that just literally came out like a couple months ago. So The Honey Don't List is going to be coming out in March 2020. So they write really fast. And a lot of my friends actually like Christina Lauren, but you know, there's always hits and misses with this group. So we're not too sure like how we're like standing on it. Twice in a Blue Moon, I was halfway through and I didn't really finish it because I got too busy and I couldn't finish it. I was enjoying it, but it wasn't like my favorite Christina Lauren book. So I'm excited if Christina Lauren is going to do a full comeback with this romantic comedy. I heard that the quote on the book is from Helen Hong, author of The Bride Test, and she said it's witty and downright hilarious. So I hope it's funny because I really do need a romantic comedy right now. So the next package that I received is from Hachette Book Group. So the 2 books that I requested are actually like graphic novels. As you can see here, sorry, I was like out of focus and out of like camera shot. But the first graphic novel that I got is The Plain Janes by Cecile Castellucci and illustrated by Jim Rugg. So the second book that I got is this beautiful book called The Deep and Dark Blue by Nikki Smith, and this is also a graphic novel, and it's also an arc from Hachette Book Group Canada. And I just got this book because the cover looked really good and it looked like it was going to be like this fun middle grade fantastical read, and I love like middle grade novels and I love fantasy, so this one seems like it's going to hit it right out of the ballpark for me. So the next book that I received is actually from Penguin Random House Canada, and this book I requested because I really wanted to read it. And when I received it, I was like shouting from the rooftops because I was so excited. And the book that I got is Would Like to Meet by Rachel Winters. Now this book comes out in December 3rd, so it's coming out very soon, and this book follows like the cover illustrations that Berkeley Romance is very popular and known for. This isn't actually a Berkeley Romance, it's a Putnam title, so that's why it's like not heavily like popular on like Berkeley Romance like and on Instagram, because like Putnam is a different line. So the next package that I received is actually from Entangled Romance. They're very big on ebooks and ebook sales, but they recently started publishing romances, and you can actually buy them in Walmart and you can actually buy them in bookstores, and I'm very happy about it. And they sent me like a PR box and a PR package for one of their new releases, and this is how it looks like. I love red, and red is very pretty. So I was very excited to get this book and this box, and basically the book is The Beast of Beswick by Amalie Howard. Wow, I really just butchered the whole title and the author's name. I'm so sorry. But this book is available right now, and it's a historical romance novel. I think I read one historical romance from Entangled Publishing and I enjoyed it. So I'm excited to read about this one. This might also be about a guy who is very like hard, and he doesn't want to talk to like people, and he's basically the beast, like, you know, he's just hard to get along with, and then she manages to tame the beast. So I love romances like that, especially historical romances, so I'm excited to see what this one's about. So in the PR box, what I also got was, I believe this is a candle, so this is a red sensual candle that I can light up at night and pretend that I'm romantic and I'm luxurious. I don't know. And then what I thought was really interesting was that they included like this letter, and each letter is actually directed to you. So we get this letter explaining about the book, and I really appreciate like the thought and the detail that went into it, because each letter is not like to whom it will concern. It's actually like, hello, your name. So that must have taken a long time to fix these packages and to make these packages. So really, really, really appreciate it. And then we also got like a nice red lipstick, and it's a red matte lipstick from NYX, and I like NYX as a brand, so I can definitely use this. And as you can tell, red is a very popular color on my lips, and also pink as well. But anyways, so that is all the books that I received and I also bought for myself in the last 2 weeks of November. I know I have a shopping problem, and I know that I have a shopping problem, like I have to say it twice. I know I have like a book buying problem, and I know I received a lot of books from publishers as well, and I know I bought a lot of books. I'm so happy that these publishers decided to work with me and that they're kind enough to send me these books. I'm very appreciative, and I'm very thankful for what I get and for what I receive. And I'm also very like, I know that I'm very privileged and I'm very blessed as well that I can be able to afford these books. But regardless, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Can't let you go. I can't let you go, no. 우리는 명절 다음 걸어겠죠.